Do you ever feel like you're stuck, unhappy, or like an underachiever? I may have the reason why. To me personally, this insight has become really powerful and has improved my life drastically. It's highly probable that you're unaware of how much you're controlled by fear or one of its other forms, doubt, uncertainty, or worry. Those feelings can seem very powerful, but they're actually quite weak, and realizing that might help you to get unstuck. Being controlled by fear doesn't mean that you're living in constant danger. Danger is different than fear. Fear is usually unfounded, irrational, and imagined. Fear and all its cousins are based on the perception of danger. It's something that hasn't happened yet, but you think of the worst case scenario, and that leads to inaction and being stuck. Here's a way to detect that. The irrational types of fear that you're controlled by can often be preceded by the words what if. What if I lose my investment, time, money, effort, or otherwise? What if I fail? What if nobody likes my music? What if someone disagrees with me? Well, you get the picture. And after we ask ourselves those what if questions, then we usually imagine the worst case scenario first. And we usually also exaggerate the severity of this perceived negative outcome. Most of the time the fear isn't real. And I'm sure that you at some point in your life have overcome a fear and felt really good about it afterwards. Once you overcome this fear and realize that it's irrational and you look at the positive outcomes instead, then you're more inclined to keep trying and keep going and improve and learn from your mistakes until you have overcome your fear and have achieved something very positive in the end. But if you give in to the fear, then you don't do anything, then you get stuck, then you don't achieve, then you remain in your current, perhaps unhappy state. So it would serve you well to try to overcome all these fears and really rationally ask yourself whether they're founded or not, and if they're worth overcoming.